Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Am I audible? Okay. तो कैसे हो दोस्तों? कुछ टेक्निकल दिक्कत थी इसलिए 2 मिनट लेट हो गया. बाय द वे, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग विथ मी ऑन दिस वर्कशॉप एंड आई एम 100% श्योर आपको बहुत वैल्यू मिलेगा. आई नो इट्स वीकेंड, तो बहुत सारा टाइम निकाल के आप लोग मेरे साथ जुड़ चुके हो. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू सो मच. सबसे पहले वी वुड टेक 5 minutes टू गेट स्टार्टेड. बट सबसे पहले एक चीज़ बताओ, एम आई ऑडिबल? इफ़ आई एम ऑडिबल, इफ़ यू कैन हेयर मी, comment yes. Okay, as I can see that a lot of people have commented yes. So a lot of people might not know that this is my second workshop, and I want to know how many of you people today have joined from the first workshop. We did another workshop 2 weeks back. How many of you people have joined from that, or this is the first time you're actually seeing me? If you are seeing me for the first time, comment 1. If you are seeing me for the second time, comment 2. Okay. I'm getting a lot of nice comments. Hmm. Wow, interestingly, a lot of you people are watching me for the second time, but trust me, I get it. Some of you people are new here, so give me some time to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Shomrat Dotto, and I've been doing video editing and motion design for the past 7 years. Yes, it's been that long. But if I have to tell you about my journey, I studied engineering, so a lot of people might relate. A lot of people might be engineers here or aspiring engineers. I did my engineering in computer science from BITS Pilani Goa campus. In the first year, I was a topper of my branch, and but interestingly, the second year, what happened is I explored. I was trying to upskill myself and learn a new skills, so I explored video editing. Right now, it started with passion, but I did not realize when it turned into my own bread and butter. So that's my introduction. And this workshop is quite different because this is not a video editing breakdown. In the last workshop, we did a breakdown of After Effects. I will tell you why this is different. I will tell you things that took me 7 years to realize, right? Yes, editing is very important if you're in this field. Motion design is super important, but there are other aspects of the entire business that makes you the top 1% player. Okay, so that is what we're going to discuss today, and from that I will take you to the screen. Okay, quick hydration break. सब लोग पानी पी लो. How many of you are excited to get started? If you're excited, comment yes. Cool. Now I will ask you a simple question. Okay, I have a very simple question to you. Do you struggle to get more clients? Are you struggling to get more video editing and any clients in general? Right. If you are struggling, comment yes in the comment box. Wow, that's a lot of yes. That's a lot of yes. Of course. Yes, I'm going to try my best to only stick to English. Don't worry about that. So a lot of yes, lot of yes. Okay, I will tell you from my own personal journey. I started 7 years back, and I tried to recall every problem that I had and tried to break down into 4 different buckets. Every time I struggled to get clients, every phase it was a different reason. I could only find 4 problems. Now I will explain all of these 4 problems in brief. I took some time out, I asked myself, why am I struggling to get more clients? Am I not skilled enough to get a client? Am I not good with my marketing? Is pricing the problem for me? Or clients are getting on the call, my pricing is right, even I have the great skill, but somehow after the first call with the client does not revert back or they ghost you. Now, before I explain each of this, I want to take some time out of this entire workshop. Think about the problem you have and comment which problem you have. So if you have the skill, comment 1. If you have marketing, comment 2. If you have pricing, 3, and similarly 4. I want to know which problem is the biggest pain point for you. Marketing, okay, interesting. That is the exact problem that even I faced when I started out. Okay, I got the gist. For most of the people, it's either 1 or 2, and which showcases that a lot of you people are in the beginning phase of your freelancing journey. Cool. So let's discuss a little bit about the skill level problem. So what happens is, when you're starting in the industry, a lot of times what happens, especially, I I roasted a lot of your projects. If you go to my channel, you will see at least 3 roast videos where I sort of gave very critical comments on your work. And the biggest problem that I saw was skill problem, right? You think that you deserve to get a client, but I feel that you're not ready. Now what this creates is, it creates a huge gap between, okay, I want to work with a client, I want to get a real life project, but I don't have a project, right? If you jump early on working on real client project, it's gonna be a problem. So the solution is very simple. You just have to work on more practice projects. How do you get practice projects? Take any podcast out there, start editing it, and sort of showcase your work, right? Slowly and slowly we'll start improving. Trust me, our best hires came from one of these vehicles where that person edited a short of that reel from a podcast that we did with Asil, and we hired him, and he's one of the best guy right now. So do note about that. Now the second problem is very simple: marketing. Okay, I am very good at editing. My editing, my motion graphics is very good, but I don't know how to market. How do people even know that I exist, right? The world needs to know that I exist and my work exists. Now that's a marketing problem. Third is a pricing problem, which I would go very brief because most of the people you are saying that 1 and 2 is the problem. Pricing problem is very simple, that you are getting a lot of leads. It has happened with me during my journey that, okay, I'm getting a lot of inbounds, but I expect, let's say, $500, but people are ready to only pay me $300. So that's a pricing problem, right? So for that we have to reposition. Okay, talking about the fourth problem, which again is a stage thing, where, okay, now clients are reaching out to me, we are getting in the call also, pricing is also perfect, my skill is there, but somehow I'm not able to close that call, I'm not able to close that deal, I'm not getting that deal, right? That's a different skill set. It means that you don't know how to do sales. That's a very different skill, right? Now during this journey of mine in the past 6 to 7 years, I quickly got my skill very good. People commented on that. I mean, you people commented on that. I mean, people who have been here since the past 4 to 5 years knows, right? I realized my problem was a marketing problem, right? So I will tell you, okay, so what happened? I read this book by Alex Hormozy, and I could quickly segment that there are 6 models of business that exists in this niche. Let's say video editing, motion design, anything, right? Now if you are in one of these buckets, you can make money. So I will explain all the 6 models. So let's get straight into it. Right. Now it all depends on where you are in the journey. You might be someone who's just starting out. You might be someone who is like 3 or 4 years into the journey. You might be someone who's like a really experienced person but wants to niche down, right? Now I get it. When I started out, of course I started as a solo freelancer. It's a very simple model. You are just a single freelancer. You're on freelance platforms. You get gigs. You deliver the gig. You get paid. Simple model. Then comes a 2-person model, which is called a 2-person agency. Now in this, let's say there are 2 people. Okay, I'll just explain with a diagram, that then it makes more sense. Let me know which color you want. Is it yellow or red? Okay. So if I talk about the solo, is very simple. I've already discussed, right? Now let's talk about the 2-person agency model, which is quite interesting, right? So let's draw 2 people. Okay. Now one person's only goal and only skill is to focus on sales, and the other person goal is to just focus on ops. I will explain what this means. Very simple. If you talk about, okay, Somrat Datta is a salesperson. I will go get the clients. I am good at marketing. I'm good with talking to clients. I'm good with sales in general. So I'm the sales guy. I will only bring the deals to the table, right? Then there is ops. Ops is, I'm a very creative person, but I'm an introvert at heart. I just love doing video editing. I don't want to be bothered with trying to get clients again and again. I just want jobs. I just want gig. So this is the role of someone who's called ops. Right, now a 2-person agency is quite good. Now you start to see real returns when you try to build a proper agency where you have 3 to 10 people. It's a mid-tier agency where you have 3 to 10 people. Now this would have more divisions where it's the same. You have salesperson, you have an ops manager. So basically you have a lot more people underneath you. Okay, I will just diagrammatically explain you what this model means. So let me just check. So I'm just drifting here and there. Okay, so it's a 3 people agency, 3 to 10 people. Okay, now what happens is we still have someone focusing on sales, and we have more than 1 people focusing on sales, and we have more than 1 people focusing on the delivery part. There can be a design department, video editing department, separate department for motion design, separate sound engineers, blah blah. Just an example, just a blanket example, right? So the next is very interesting because this is where we are slowly positioning ourselves. Is niching down, right? The model 4 is where we are niching down. We are not an agency that does everything from short form content to long form content to creating VSL edits to creating hype edits. We are just focused. We just serve one sort of client, and we do that really well, right? So that's called a boutique studio. So for example, we do SaaS launch videos for startups. I'm going to come to it later on, but that's like niching down. Great thing about niching down is you can focus a lot of time getting really good at your craft while earning a lot of money, right? The next model is again very simple. It's just dropped because of everything that's going on, right? That's the AI native video agency model. Now this is completely brand new, and this is where you have to use all the generative tools. Let's say Comfy UI workflows, FreePeak, Kling, all the AI models and the AI spaces to create, let's say, UGC ads. Now you have to be very aware that AI native agencies have to play a volume game because that is kind of commoditized. You can create so many ads with AI with multiple different hooks that you can actually scale this pretty well, right? Now coming to the 6th model, which is again quite interesting and it's very advanced, which is basically coaching, which is where I'm getting into now after 7 years, where I know that I have a great skill, I know how to sell, I can actually transfer this skill to someone and ensure that that person gets the opportunity, right? So this is again quite advanced, and it takes a lot of credibility to get here, but that's the model. Those are the overall like loose 6 models that we have in this sort of business. If you are doing solo freelancer, comment 1, and if you're doing a 2% agency, comment 2. So that way you can comment all the 6. Comment and let me know which one you're doing now. Yeah. Okay, I read the comments. Most of you people are in the first part where you are a solo freelancer, and a lot of people in the solo freelancer. Wow, great, great. And I think eventually the journey is to move to either something very specialized, right? A couple of people are also in the mid agency. SaaS roadmap, yes, we will be dropping it next week. We are dropping it next week or couple of weeks. Yeah. Okay, now I have another interesting question. Now this question comes up every day, right? I want you to tell, what do you think is the most important factor? Is it quality or quantity? I see there's a huge lag. Okay. Lot of people saying quality. Okay. Now I wanted to tell you a very interesting story. Right. Does anyone know the story of the pot maker? If you know, comment yes. If you don't, comment no. ओके बहुत मज़ा आएगा इस सुनने में, अच्छे से सुनो मेरे से. ओके, तो देयर वाज अ इंग्लिश प्रोफेसर, नॉट इन इंडिया ऑफ कोर्स. He had students right in his class, and the assignment was to create pots, right? Simple. Now what he did is, this is the professor, let's say, he segmented his, let me just change this for a while. Is this, so he sort of split his students into 2 groups. Okay, group A and group B. Group A, he said his students, you have to make only one pot, but it has to be the best pot, the perfect pot. This is called the perfect pot, right? To the group B of students, he said it's simple, you have to make as many pots as possible. You don't have to care about the quality of the pot, the shape, anything, right? Do you know what happened next? Are you interested to know what happened from this experiment? Comment yes if you want to know. So what happened is, the second group, whose goal was not even to make the best pot, made the best pots, because they had a very simple assignment. They had to keep on making as many as possible, and through quantity they made the best one, and the group A made the worst pot, because most of it their times were focusing on, okay, how do I make the best work, how do I make the best pot, how do I make the best pot, and at the end of the day they just made an average one, right? Because they got only one chance to make it the best. So what's the conclusion? It's not about quality or quantity, it's about that quality comes from quantity. Simple. And I know a lot of people will say quality first because there's too much of average content out there, but suno, you don't need to look at someone else's life. You have to just look at your life, what you have done till now, and focus on doing more. Once you reach the quantity threshold, then is when you start to get quality, right? And I will tell you a simple graph, okay? It, how many of you people relate to this? Just let me know. I have a simple graph which I've shown in a lot of workshops, right? Hopefully you can see. I'm just trying to do a quality check. So ये ग्राफ है बढ़िया सा, ठीक है? So this graph is the taste and this graph is the skill. How many people you think, okay, I kind of understand what good design, good motion graphics, good editing is like, but I cannot make it? If you think that, comment yes. Quick break. Yeah. Okay, a lot of people. So this has actually happened with my friends too. They had a very good test. They were sort of had basic skill, but they kind of gave up here. Gave up here, right? I will tell you the trajectory because I've worked for the 7 years. I've worked with like billion-dollar companies. B, not M. What happens is you don't quit here because the graph looks like this. If you keep going, there will be a day where you can exactly make what you envision. Trust me, this is very, I can relate to you. You will think, okay, this is such a great work, and you try to make that, you can't, right? A lot of people will relate to that. So you just need to stick to that, and that only happens through quantity. Now I will show you something else. Now a lot of people will also have this problem. Okay, I have like simple two questions you have to ask. When should you increase your prices, right? So the first qualifier is you are working on client project. Let's say you are working for a creator creating 30 pieces of content every month, 30 reels you're making. Now you can't make more than that. 30, more than 30 is a lot. So simple solution is to simply just raise your prices, right? Increase your commercials. Second thing is, let's say you want to niche down. You have been editing podcasts. Now you want to move to SaaS explainers, right? Now that is simply a niche problem. You're changing the niche. So you need to take a pause, think about it, reflect. Okay, have I learned everything that I had to learn from this particular skill? Am I learning more? Am I growing myself? Even if I'm making a lot of money, if you feel that, you should probably try to switch to the next big thing. I will give you a very simple example. Take my story. I will tell you my story simply. So what happened is, let's assume this is me. This is Somrat, little Somrat. Let's add a little not so smiley because he is in the second year of college, nervous, doesn't know what to do in life. So he started editing podcasts for people, right? So you people will be shocked what I used to charge for podcasts. I used to charge 250 rupees. Okay. So what I did, I started doing freelance edits for other creators. Okay. Then what happened is, after let's say 1.5 years, that commercial increased to 20k max. So what happened is, I hit a ceiling. Ki if I stay in this editing space, that's the max I can earn from creators, right? So this was the threshold. This was the peak, right? What I did next is I completely switched to SAS, to motion graphics. Let's not even consider SAS because it's quite difficult and day zero. You need to know design for that. Let's say I started with motion design, right? Now the first project of motion design itself I started at 30,000. So it's so I wanted to niche down. I wanted to switch the niche. जहाँ पे इसका खत्म हुआ है वहाँ पे इसका स्टार्टिंग है, समझ रहे हो? So I just wanted to tell you from my own personal experience. These days we charge like about like couple lakhs for a SaaS video. Cool. Getting back to this, the biggest question I know, I need to come back to the most important question. By the way, quick water break. आप लोग भी पानी पियो. I will come to all the questions in the Q&A section, so don't worry about that. Let's go to the next biggest question. How the fuck do I get clients? And I asked in the community, I asked you people, I think this is the biggest question you people have, right? And you tell me, what do you think is the best way to get clients? Just 2 words in the comment section. Let me know what do you think is the best way to get clients and what has been the best way to get clients for you if you are already freelancing. I was expecting this answer. Okay. A lot of your people are saying that Fiverr, cold mail, LinkedIn. Oh, interesting. Someone said Discord server. Yeah. Personal brand. Okay. So I will tell you, every person says cold mail, but cold mail is actually the worst model. It's the worst model actually. Cold outreach. Now there are 4 models that from my personal experience has worked the best. First is content, of course. Personal brand. A lot of people said personal brand, right? Which is basically just show up every day, show your work on Instagram, on Twitter, any platform you pick where you think your ideal clients are, and post it there. Yes, content itself is a huge thing. It's a skill in itself, but it also pays back a lot. That's how I got a lot of the clients, right? And you would be shocked. You would be shocked where the clients are. The clients are not on Instagram. The clients are on Twitter and LinkedIn. And the first time I posted my work, so what happened, I will tell you my story, okay? 2021, I did my first SaaS project for an Indian fintech startup. And my friend, my mentor back then, told me, okay, why don't you post it on LinkedIn, right? So I posted it on LinkedIn. I was like, no, like, why should I even post this? There's no one. I got over 50 inbounds from that. 5 were ready to give me full-time offers. Yes, full-time job inbound. And few people were ready to take my service. I think we worked with 5 of those clients. But let's move ahead. Second is referrals. And trust me, this is the most high signal method to get clients. Let me just check once if this is working. Okay. So referrals. It's very simple. I will give you the what happens in the mind of a startup founder. Okay. I'm a busy founder. All day I am spending in meetings. I want to get a launch video done. I want to get someone in social media. So instead of just putting up a job portal, going that way, I will just call up my friend who's also let's say founder or an agency, I'm like, hey, I'm looking for this person. Do you know someone like this? Right. And it is your job to be the first person that comes to that person's mind. Trust me, this is very high signal, right? And also a small tip, if you're doing freelancing, clients को बोलो कि hey, if you really like my work, can you refer me to other people who might need my services? Simple, before you close your entire project, right? Very important. Again, it's very hot in Bangalore for some reason, right? Yes. Okay. Now the third method is very underrated, very underutilized, is actually community. Some people say Discord. I was shocked. Yes, you people are enlightened. Some of you people know the way, right? Couple of months back, what happened is, so I will just draw it here. I think it's more easier that way. So we have a Discord server. We have a, just come here. It's just easy. So I have a Discord server. It has, I think, around 18k sort of people. I am a founder. I am connected with all the founders. So all the founders are calling me and telling me, hey, do you know a motion designer? Do you know someone who does this? So I'm like, okay, I have a community of people. I will just drop a job post there, right? Couple of weeks back, what happened? We posted a job that was paying 1.5 lakh as a motion designer. 1.5 lakh a month. You can realize lot of engineers are not making that money. So a lot of gold gigs are in this communities. So please leverage that. Be in Discord communities and be in also my community and other communities of people who are in this niche, right? You will get a lot of job offers. Fourth is the cold outreach, right? The reason I don't like cold outreach too much is because it's just too repetitive, and especially thanks to AI you can automate that a little bit better now, I feel. But there's a big mistake that a lot of people do, is that they don't sort of call back, right? They don't do a follow up. Let's say you texted a lot of founders, right? A lot of people, creators. Let's say you texted me. I don't reply to you, right? Because I every day I'm spammed with so much of text. It is your job to follow that back after a week. Hey, by the way, did you get some time to check my workout? Trust me, we have hired like this, and you have the opportunity to get hired this way also, right? So let me know which of this zero sorry which of this 1 2 3 4 you are actively using right now. If you're using more than one, just do 1 2 3, like 2 3 like that. Need that PDF. Okay, bro, it's very hard. I think it's 30 35. Someone literally said 30. Water, what should I drink? Diet Coke. 2. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. You see the crazy pattern where the most of the opportunity lies, you people are not leveraging that. So this is my value for you. Like, there's one thing that you will see online and one thing that actually works. So hopefully you will start to leverage all of this today. Not started yet. Okay, we'll get to that. Now I will tell you an interesting story. Okay, very interesting story. I was invited in this networking event of other very talented founders, and a lot of people were there. And before going to that meeting, I asked myself, okay, how do I introduce myself? How many people have actually thought about this? Really thought about, okay, I'm in a very highly good network event. How should I introduce myself? If you have thought about this question, type yes. If you have not thought about this, type no. The delay is insane. Pre-revenue. I like that. I like that. See, that's the thing you're missing. It's very simple. If you have not thought about how you have just 30 seconds when you are meeting, let's say, high profile people, right? And you have, like, let's say these people have built like 100 crores, 1000 crore companies, right? And in general, like, very highly network people. You just have 30 seconds to introduce yourself. Okay? How do you do it? I have what I call the NSFAG framework. Now, I want you to take a pen and paper right now, and we are going to do this exercise together of how do we introduce ourselves. Can we start now? I will give you the next 1 minute. I will wait for the next 1 minute till for you to get your pen and paper, and we are going to work on this exercise right now. If if you have if you are ready, comment yes. I love people who actually sit with a notebook on these sessions because there's so much to learn and you just can't passively consume, not work on it and think, oh, my life would change, right? I love those people. I want those people. If you find those such people, keep them close. Drawn from delete. Yes, chalo sab ready, sab ready. Who's ready? Who's ready for this killer framework? चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं ठीक है तो इट्स वेरी इजी टू रिमेंबर NSFAG name same fame aim and game. I got this crazy framework from another entrepreneur called Daniel Presley, and the number of time I've used this and closed deals on spot is insane. ठीक है now what I want you to do is I will introduce myself using this framework, and I want you to also introduce yourself on the comment section. Each letter. So let's start with the first one. Okay, name. How would I introduce myself? Hi, I'm Shamra Dotto. I'm the co-founder of Rune Lab Studio. Cool. Now I want you to introduce yourself in the comment section down below. Quick. We don't have a lot of time. Oh, delete the drawings. Thank you so much. Shit. Okay, we are good now, I guess. Hi there, I'm Tejas. Okay. That's not how you introduce yourself. Yes, I'm a cinematic video editor. That's the right way. Aryan, freelance editor. Okay. So it's very simple when you're introducing. You have to have your name and a business name, right? Even if you don't have any agency registered company, you should have something which makes you sound, oh, this guy is a big shot, right? Social media is about perception rather than just the thing. So that okay, quickly moving to the next thing is same. Same. Now when you're meeting other people, right, they might not speak the same language as you speak. I cannot go to a event and talk technical. Okay, I work in After Effects. I, let's say I make. I don't know what to put. Like very complicated jargons, right? People do. I'm a business developer. I do this AI native SaaS thing. Very trendy these days. So you need to speak the same language. I need to boil down, strip it down to the simplest language that the other person gets. The other person might not be from the same industry, right? But he might need your service. So I would say we make videos for tech startups that make most people know clearly what those startups do. Very simple. Instead of I'm saying, okay, we make software as a SaaS, hyper edited launch videos, dopamine driven, that make people that clearly drive engagement. Clear out the jargon, keep it very simple, strip it down to the simplest level, and say this. So I want you to comment. I want you to quickly say your same. Yes, I'm a Bengali. If you keep spamming, then it's gonna be a problem. So someone has done. Hi, I am Nithelan. I work as a freelance editor. That's good. I'm a video editor. That's good. That's good. I registered on Udyam portal for freelance. That's quite smart. I have to. Hello, this is Anish, short form reels editor with 3 years of experience of varied experience. Hmm. Hi, I'm Tejasi, craft stories. I make visual content for brand. Nice. Little broad, but good. Good. Of course, it will take a lot of time to think. Okay, after this workshop gets over, I want to sit down, start writing everything about yourself. Everything. And what you do, what you serve, right? The messaging needs to be super clear. After that, you will make this very polished, right? Now, quickly, let's move to fame. Am I taking too many breaks? Okay. I make videos for financial advisors so the client can build trust. Okay, that's a very strong pitch. Okay. So quickly moving to the next is the fame, right? Now this is very important because this builds credibility. This shows, okay, do you have what makes you really different? Do you have any awards, any numbers? Can you name any clients? Can you sort of like status signaling, right? So how I would do is, okay, we have worked with 5 plus Y Combinator backed startups. All those videos were shipped either under 24 hours or 48 hours, and even few of them already hit 100,000 views within 24 hours. Right. Now this is about creating credibility. I said YC backed startups, and also time constraint is a huge thing because people take days. We did it under hours. I can also say that I worked with billion-dollar companies, B, not M. That's quite important. And let's move to the next one, which is aim. Okay. Now this is quite important because it tells you like what are your targets in the next 90 days. Why this? Because it forces the other person to realize that, okay, you are actually committed to what you're saying, and you are very confident in your skill. So I would say right now we are aiming to be the best boutique animation studio in India. Simple. You can also say like I'm trying to be the best video editor in this category in India. So it creates a different perception to the client, right? He's not here who just cares for the money. He is trying to be the best, and that in itself is a good signal. ठीक है? Okay. Oh wow, things cool. See, that is already a very credible thing that comes under fame, right? If you see, I know a lot of people are starting. You cannot write frame for starting freelancer. So what you do is whenever you don't have this sort of credibility, right? I came from BITS Pilani. I studied computer science. I topped my branch. I got one of the highest placements in college. So in life you need to sort of create these pillars, right? I started my motion design studio. I have a channel of 150k subscribers. I worked with billion-dollar companies. I have delivered launch videos in 24 hours. So you need to collect this. But for someone beginner, when you don't have these titles, you speak in terms of hours. I have thousand hours of experience in editing, right? Even if you've worked on practice projects, time is always going to be that one component that you can always double down on. Or even your research. I've spent the last 5 months researching, analyzing, breaking down what viral videos, what are the components of a viral video. Simple, right? So quickly we have to move to the game part. Now this is quite important because it shows your big vision, not what I have to do in like the couple of months, right? It is your mission. What is the mission? Trust me, big people really care about if you are a very mission driven person, right? So I would say, okay, the big game I want to make, I'm making made in India mean premium, not affordable. You can take a pause and think about that sentence, right? So I want to completely change the narrative that India is cheap freelancers basically, and I want to reposition our entire segment of India towards that. So it's very mission driven, and if you say things like this, then the client would be very impressed, right? Wow, what a personality. He just does not care about himself, but the entire class of people he stands for. He's the one pushing the narrative forward, right? Quick break again. So how many of you really love this framework? If you love this, then comment yes. Bro, trust me, I drink like a lot of water. And I'm speaking on top of my voice, right? There's a huge light behind of me that's blasting through me. Okay, thank you for the nice comments. Now, tell me one thing. How many of you are interested in knowing how AI is changing the narrative? How AI is sort of changing the industry of video editing or motion design? If you think yes, it's a risk, then comment yes. A lot of people, okay, a lot of people don't know that I am an AI engineer first. I work as a data engineer at Nutanix, and content is my side thing, right? Now, in my company, we have worked on a lot of AI workflows, right? And even I feel that AI is changing the entire narrative of this. Now, I feel that AI really deserves a workshop of its own. It's a huge topic, and I don't want to compromise on the quality, of course, because 7 years, and we have XP. You won't believe how much of experiment we have done in our team internally, and how much of the content that you see of me is actually not even me. So I would love to take more time to get into this topic, really teach you the nitty gritties of using AI in video editing or even content generation, right? And you will get shocked. Yes, you can even make basic launch videos using AI. Launch motion design. Yes, we are that ahead right now. A lot of people don't know, so I want to teach you all this sort of secret stuff. I think it deserves a workshop of its own. So I'm thinking that maybe we can have another part of this workshop. If you think that this deserves, and everything that's coming deserves a workshop of its own, comment workshop 2 in the comment. Based on that, I will decide what to do. Okay, I see a lot of comments. Workshop 2. Uh, Thank you so much. I thank you so much for this, and I believe it deserves a workshop of its own. We are going to be back next week again, but I want to take the next 10 to 15 minutes. It's already close to 9. I want to take the next 10 to 15 minutes to open the Q&A. I want you to please don't spam. I want you to open the Q&A, and I want you to answer your questions. Cool. Just I'm reading the comments right now. You can start asking your questions. I would love to answer them. More workshops. Okay. Harvest says, okay, I'm reading Harvest. Cohort when, okay. Yes, so I I think it's time to give a very sneak peek of the cohort. Cohort, wait, where's the why the pen stops working? Okay, yes, Indian School of Motion is going to be live. Let's say next week. I think we are going to be live next week, 100%, and I'm going to announce more about the cohort in the next workshop. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's going to be a life-changing one because we won't be teaching just editing. We will be teaching motion design, which is the highest paying skill in this category. And also I will teach you like all the AI workflows that most people have not even cracked yet, right? And especially very lot focus on design part because I start as a designer and most motion designers start as a video editor. So there's a lot of upskilling that has to be done before that. But that's all that I'm going to say. It is going to be exclusive. It's going to be very premium. So I'm just dropping that for now. Okay. Let me check the questions. Okay, workshop 2. I feel stuck. Harvest edits. I have seen you so many times. I feel stuck in the SaaS market while watching tutorial. I can do well when it comes to creating own animations, recreating own. I feel low key stuck. Yes, we have faced that problem in our own agency also, right? So there is a problem. Okay, I will tell you what the problem is. You are getting a SaaS project, right? You are completing that project, and then you are jumping into the next project, another SaaS project. If all you do is projects, paid projects, I know you need money. I know everyone needs money. Where is the time for you to upskill, right? It's very simple exercise. I want you to not have any inspirations, zero inspirations to create. Yes, to create, think originally from first principle is difficult, but trust me, what you have to do is after, let's say you're doing this project, right? After this project ends, you take a break of 2 week. Okay, you take a break of 2 week and you go to ChatGPT or Claude. I'll just remove my face. I think it's just or Claude. I'll just remove myself actually, or just go to Claude and ask, okay, generate me a brief of a imaginary company for whom I have to make a launch video. Simple. Tell me about the product. Tell me about the industry that they are in. Tell me about sort of style that they want. Is it fast? Is it slow? Little bit about the details of the product, and it will give you a brief. Okay, it will give you a brief. Where is it? Now, from that brief, I want you to create a project video. It's a practice video. Practice video from scratch without using templates, without using anything. And I want you to start with design first. Okay, what I want you to do is stop, build the design first, how every frame should look like, instead of just getting templates of UIs and starting to animate them, right? Focus on this and your skill will improve to the drastic level. Scrolling is easier than, yeah. Cool. Cohort details next week, brother. You gotta hold your horses. Okay. Workshop to finish watching a tutorial from Premiere Pro. Also, I know. Okay. Yes, please stop just watching tutorials. What I want you to do is just do a project. I have been in the loop. Oh, new video dropped. A new creator made a video. Oh, it's a new style. I'm gonna try. No, you are just you're in an eternal loop of just watching tutorials. When are you going to make real projects, right? Stop just watching that. How to choose a niche? You don't choose a niche. You basically, okay, let me just answer this. When you're starting out, I don't know where you are right now. If you are starting out, you don't niche down. It's actually everyone says niche down, but it's bad. I want you to try all different style. It can be a football edit, it can be a vessel edit, it can be a retentive editing, it can be, you know, comedy, podcast, SaaS, anything. And from here, you will find an intersection of what you enjoy, what you are. Oh, okay. I think we have to. Okay. What you are good at. Very different things. Okay. So let's say I'm good with coding. Let's say I'm good with coding, but I don't enjoy doing it. You need to find an intersection, and you need to also find an intersection of what actually pays. Simple. Start with volumes, do everything, then you can niche down. Niching down day zero is a very risky game. You don't know what you're good at. Uh, how to learn from my personal training? It's the cohort that we are going to announce in a couple of weeks. Don't worry. If you, yes, please don't forget to join our. Please don't forget to join our waitlist. Link in description. We are going to go public in the group itself, and there might be some surprises for the first people. Okay. Workshop with Asil Khan. I have to ask that. Pricing tomorrow bits at exam. All the best. Can you share revenue of your agency? I can at least say that it's around 60, more than 60% profit. Numbers I can't share. My god, the prompter. Okay, what is people ask? Relation function. You need to think like an engineer. There's a lot of overlap between how good you are at life and trying to break things in a technical perspective. How to work for same brand and same style repeatedly, because working in, for example, I get stuck with ideas. Very interesting question. Very deep question. If you have deep questions like this, only then ask me. So it's quite simple. There are now I'm teaching very advanced concepts that people hide behind $1,000 courses. There's concept called in niche, out niche. I'm just gonna remove myself. That's easier. Out niche, remix, original. Let's say my niche is, okay, I'm a fitness coach, fitness content, right? There's a particular style that fitness creators make. That is on in niche. Then there's out niche, which is basically, okay, I am going to look out of my niche, right? I'm looking at, let's say, comedy or like just business content, right? Then I will see. Then there's like remix, which is basically I'm editing in the fitness niche. I'm going to remix some elements of what I've learned from the business niche, and I'm going to mix and match in the fitness content, right? That's remix. Original is very hard to think, trust me. Original is both hard and risky. So this is like the top 1% game. I will give a very simple framework, okay? Like whenever you are creating a video, a piece, I know everything is inspired. Just change that one thing. Just change that one thing. Just change that one thing. Just add a little bit of spice, right? I think if I have time, I will show you this. If I have time, there's one particular video of mine that a lot of people have seen. So, oops, did I accidentally reveal my revenue? I don't think so. Okay. Yep. So,
if I had only 59 seconds to teach the entire world the art of it.
So, a lot of things were inspired from this edit, but I changed just one thing. I added something fresh that you people not have seen anywhere, which is something like here. Okay, everything I've seen is seen. So you need to add that one, change that one thing, do that one thing that makes, oh, this is something new, this is something fresh. That's how you keep your content good, or even editing good, right? And this part has the highest engagement. People have like gone back and seen, oh, what is this, what is this? You can see the spike in the engagement, right? You can see like the engagement here is like crazy. Cool, let's go to the next question. Cohort, can you provide? I'm not taking any questions for the cohort right now. Please, we will have a separate session for that. Next workshop is for that. When I know I'm ready for the market or not. See, you people are, I have a very smart audience, I feel. I have a very smart audience and you people are asking the right questions, right? Cool, I will just change the screen. Wait, let me just make myself small. This is just too much. I'm not so important. Yeah, now it's good. It's a good question, like when are you ready? There's a clear divide between, oh, should I jump into paid projects or should I just keep practicing? It's very simple, right? This problem can be solved very easily. When you're starting out zero, yes, spend your time to become really good at this. So you become quite good at this. Now, what happens is you feel that you have reached a saturation. Oh, I can't improve myself anymore. But that's wrong. That's because you haven't worked on real projects. It's a night and day difference when you're working on your practice projects, because there's the constraint of how you're good at communication, good at sales, how you're good at, are you high agency or not? Can you deliver fast, speed? So what you do is after practicing you get a paid gig, and after getting that paid gig, if you enjoy doing that, keep continuing it till you reach a threshold where you feel, okay, I have saturated my earnings but not my learnings. Then again you take a break and you go back to practicing again. Hopefully that cleared your doubt. We are going to take questions only till 9:15. A lot of spam, lot of spam. Sneak please. Sneak. Okay. Okay, so I think that's all the questions that we're gonna have today. See you in the next one. Don't forget to join our wait list in the description down below. See you, bye bye.